Bel'ameth is coming in 10.2.5, and there's been a lot of shit dropping about it. Let's get into it. Here we go. A new map revealing. There's something about the way this looks. I'm not even going to say it. I don't know what the Blizzard artists are doing, but there it is. That's the city of Bel'ameth. Very phallic looking. And we're going to continue on here. Belinar is their new harbor. You will be able to access it by via boat. This will be tracking to all other boats and harbors around the world. You got a bunch of new areas named out. And the thing is, not only will Bel'ameth be the new city for the Night Elves, but evidently there is a lot of new Night Elf structures going up all around the Isle here. So there's going to be tons of stuff to explore, and we're going to get into what exploring it will, in fact, do for you. Yeah, chat's realizing what I realize as well. This will be a cross-faction shitty. I know we talked about it. I said shitty. We will talk a little bit more about this, but we did mention that could this city be cross-faction in a couple videos ago, and it's in fact going to be cross-faction. And the way we know this is there's this new Eye of the Sentinels thing that shows up on Horde characters. So when they are in the city, they will get this Eye of the Sentinels little, spell on them, and essentially just puts upon entering these lands, the eyes of the Sentinels are upon you. It doesn't actually do anything, doesn't slow you down, doesn't hurt you in any way. When you leave the area, it goes away, and when you come there, it allows you to be there. So it will be, in fact, a cross-faction city, and there's a little bit of talk about why that is. If you talk to Archdruid Hamul, he says, Amirdrasil has bloomed. Bel'ameth marks a place of healing and respite for the Kaldurai. Part of this was due to our aid. Tyrande has graciously allowed us to walk freely here because of it. Enjoy what this new land has to offer, bask in its beauty, but do not make the High Priestess regret her decision. Now here's the thing. This is unprecedented. Blizzard is in fact took what was Darnassus, a hub city that was only meant for the Alliance, and now we have Bel'ameth, which is the new Darnassus, and they've taken what was only an Alliance city and made it a cross-faction city. Now the only reason why this brings me hope is because Lordaeron. Lordaeron is one of the greatest Alliance cities to ever exist. Something I've always wanted to see rebuilt and explored. But I've always known that if it was ever rebuilt as an Alliance player, I might not be able to go there. Well, if Blizzard is willing to turn an Alliance city into a cross-faction hub, maybe the same can be said for Lordaeron, considering that Calia Menethil and her voluptuous self is one of the leaders on the Council for the Undead, and she's in fact Alliance, aligned. So maybe we will see a reconstruction of Lordaeron by the Undead. Just saying. And a hub city that Alliance and Horde will be able to go to. A Lordaeron that is a hub city. That's where my mind went when I saw this stuff. Now, I do want to say, cross-faction is okay, but I don't want them to go too far. I don't want to see a cross-faction Orgrimmar. I don't want to see a cross-faction Stormwind. I want mostly cities to remain faction-bound, because I feel like the aesthetic of the city and Horde and Alliance, it just fits better. I don't want to see, like I've said before, orcs running around Stormwind. I don't want to see that. Please, keep that shit separate. But if you're going to create some newer cities or rebuild some cities and you want to make them cross-faction, just give me Lordaeron and I'll be okay. Yeah, why, Sam? Because I want Lordaeron. I want Lordaeron. There aren't factions anymore. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's the direction the game has gone. We're all friends now. Yep, ever since Dragon Isles. Yeah, friendship is overall how we do things. I don't want a dirty human DK in my Forsaken City. I mean, at least DKs should be allowed, right? We are undead after all. But moving on. Bel'ameth is also getting a bunch of new portals to different Night Elf areas throughout the world. And now, of course, Stormwind. Yes, so you'll be able to go to Stormwind if you're Alliance only. Stormwind's not a cross-faction city yet. Hopefully it won't be. But there is also a portal to Bel'ameth from Stormwind as well. So you'll be able to go back and forth. Alliance will essentially be able to travel a bit easier than Horde when it comes to this side of things. But it could also take you to the Emerald Dream. The final portal of the Emerald Dream for Druids now leads to Bel'ameth. So that'll change. You won't enter the front, basically, part of the Isle anymore. When you take the portal, you will go into the new Night Elf city for the Emerald Dream portal. Yes, there is a Night Elf Children model. The stuff of nightmares. Here it is. This is what the new Night Elf children look like. Evidently, the Night Elves are getting it on once again and repopulating. Considering their population was decimated by the fire, this is good to see. So there you go. New models for little kids running around and a few new photos of Bel'ameth again. Now, I did drop a video about how this city is not Darnassus. It doesn't look as good as Darnassus. It's not very fleshed out. It looks like just a little camp. People were quick to point out to me, by the way, that's the new ship model, that, you know, Sam, you got to give them time. Blizzard did say that they were going to continually work on this city, and of course, they are building this city, right? So there's going to be more to come with Bel'ameth. It's not done yet, and I just need to calm down on my hatred towards it because I just think it's not as well done as Darnassus yet, but let's give them some time. Let's give them some time. Maybe one day this city will, in fact, be filled with buildings and beautiful to look at. Now, leave the children out of it. I'll try not to. I'll try not to. Moving on to some patch notes again. If you don't remember, dragon riding is coming to all of Azeroth in 10.2.5, but it's a slower version of it. Well, it's a little bit less slow now. They were going to reduce it by 80% of maximum dragon riding speed. Now they've upped it to 85%. So you'll be able to ride around at 85% of your regular dragon riding flight speed, which is still significantly faster than regular flight. So that's great. You'll be able to fly around, do your thing in the open world. Bunch of class reworks here in these patch notes as well. But the main thing is Bel'ameth is coming in 10.2.5. You're going to get Bel'ameth Harbor and a bunch of new homes and stuff. You'll be able to ride there by boat, use portals, all kinds of stuff, and dragon riding coming at 85% speed. The Azerothian Archives. Some rewards revealed. Now, I didn't know this. I forgot what the Azerothian Archives even were. I had to go back to the patch notes and look at it. So it was here listed on Seeds of Renewal, Azerothian Archives. So this whole thing is a discover the history of the Dragon Isles thing and meet a unique cast of characters, hear stories of old, and witness the iconography of a time before. Participate in solo and group activities and Trader's Rest, do all this other shit, weekly public events and all. Okay, that's fine, yeah. Anyways, what can you get? It looks like you can get some kind of like weird infected mole rat and a little foxy boy. Yeah, so these are two albino looking pets. These are just a few of what you might be able to get by participating in this Azerothian Archives event, including a title as well. Now, I don't know what this is exactly. It's just some exploration stuff. Me personally, I think they just need to bring back archaeology. If they want us to explore the world and learn a bunch of shit, bring back archaeology. Make archaeology great again. Yeah, iconography. I know, okay? I know what the word is. Just reading it live is hard to do, hard to pronounce, hard to enunciate. Yeah, do the dragons forget how to fly in Kalimdor? No. Did I only say Eastern Kingdoms or something? All of Azeroth would be flying around. Moving on to some interesting trading post items. So yes, 10.2.5 is bringing, of course, more continued trading post stuff. We recently saw the Quiver would be showing up on there maybe, but the Dark Ranger set has now been attached to 10.2.5 as well. It is now in the PTR. And we're not sure how you're going to unlock it yet, but you will be able to... God. The male version of the Sylvanas set is just, you know, it is what it is. It's an interesting one. The Sylvanas set will be gettable. We're not sure how, but to me, what this signifies is we're probably going to see Sylvanas again at some point before the end of this expansion. And what that means, I have no idea. What her lore is going to be. She's coming back kind of like Anduin. You know, she did her whole thing for the Kaldur'ai, getting their souls back and all that stuff. So maybe she's finally done with that. The Night Elves are getting a city. Maybe she'll come visit it. Who knows? It's all touchy-feely now, so maybe she's not hated anymore. But she will be coming back at some point. Another thing about the trading post, we're seeing Loghar's weapon. Now, if you don't know who Logharsh is, he was King Varian before he was Varian again when he lost his memory and he was fighting as a gladiator in a bunch of orc arenas. Well, we're going to be able to get his weapon off the trading post.
Let us lay waste to this realm.
Reign of Realms, thank you for the follow. Welcome to our Scourge. And this thing looks amazing. It's basically the current weapon, but without all the magic and spelly shit all around it, and a few more bones and shit. So this is a really cool looking weapon. It's definitely something I'm going to want to try to get. Is it a two-hander? It is. It's a two-handed sword, so this is pretty badass. A few more items here. The trading post is going to continue to do what it does, and that's just bringing cool items into the game that weren't there previously or were previously part of. Jesus Christ, that knock. Oh my God. It always gets me. The one thing about the trading post that I do want to hint at here is you guys see these wings? These wonderful butterfly wings? It's looking like these might be the end of the trading post reward. You know, when you fill out your trading post, these have been data mined and potentially could be the end of the trading post reward. Now, I feel like Blizzard's going downhill with this shit. We've gotten really cool stuff, like nether drake forms and all kinds of, you know, mounts. You know, we've got a scorpion, everything. And recently we got, what is it, a pink moose pet? And now we're going to get butterfly wings? Jesus. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why are we suddenly getting weird, shitty items as our end of trading post? It's going to look nice on a night elf and a gnome. Oh, my God. Bring the war back to Warcraft. I don't know what to say anymore, but here we are running around with butterfly wings. This could be the end of the trading post item. Get excited. Last but not least, more Pepe costumes have been data mined. If you don't know who Pepe is, he's a little pet who comes out dressed as different things when you summon him. He can now be, of course, the one, the only, the Alexstrasza, and little hint at Tuskar, people. I think this all but confirms. He's going to dress as a Tuskar. That means we're getting Tuskar before the end of the expansion. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. We're getting Tuskar before the end of Dragonflight. Prepare yourselves. Playable Tuskar. And the last but not least is a little explorer boy. Yeah, very exciting stuff. I'm not into pets. I don't give a shit, but there it is. That's Pepe. And that's the news.